Welcome back. Daily Show. You know, I'm glad I get shot like Elvis does, from the waist up. I don't have to stand and do a monologue. What the hell did my day turn into? You know? Never a dull moment whenever your last name's in Acello, and whenever you're working in local news too. Whenever you're writing a book, it's never a dull moment. And Reneé, you guys have done this again. We got Reneé and Reese in. And Reese, you're from Alton High School. You were part of this process and helping write this book. Reneé, you're helping lead the charge and get everyone organized. And we're just talking 9 months of a process for this. This is so cool. Take me through. So the book's called Get Outside. Let's start there. What's it all about?
Reese?
Well, we wanted to encourage the community to get outside and appreciate some of the local parks. So the book covers every park in the Foster, Godfrey, and Alton district area. So all the same areas that the Hayner Library caters to.
Cool.
Yeah, and we just wanted to mainly encourage people to experience just the community and get out.
How much research did it take in time? I love it. A lot. A lot, huh?
A lot. When we first started, I had this grand idea that we would cover all of the parks that have ever been.
Oh, you're thinking like CJ.
And pretty soon I figured out that I needed to maybe make it just the parks we currently have.
Yeah.
But even then,
there's so many.
There's so many, and there's so much information until, of course, your number one source of newspaper documentation goes down because of ransomware for a month and a half.
Oh, goodness.
So, this was a very interesting research project.
Well, and you know, I think it leads to, I hope, there's so many cool things with the way you guys did this book. Every one of them so far have been cool. The Color Me Alton book I thought was really unique, and just so it's gonna be one that I think a lot of kids grow up with just seeing. And the Alton ABC book, I'm partial, I have to be, but that's a great one too, and it really started things. But with this, I think it really leads to a bigger conversation of, you know, truly engaging with the public on the parks that we have and just letting them know about, you know, the amenities, or here's what you can do there. I'm sure that, because that's what we go with within the book. And I think it really, because my grandpa was Park and Rec guy forever. You know, he created soccer in Alton in 1971. And for a long, you know, for a long time, you know, just, you know, being a part of that and seeing how many underutilized spaces there were, not because people don't want to be there, but quite frankly, they just don't know they're there, you know?
I was going to say, they don't know they're there.
Yeah.
And what I found in the research really opened my eyes. I took the parks for granted. I will admit it. Mm-hmm. I've been here 30 years. Okay, fine, there's a park. Mm-hmm. Whatever. When my daughter was little, we'd go to the park every now and again. But we didn't. Right. We really didn't. We're not park people. Mm-hmm. But the more that I learned about the parks and how they came about, this really was about community. Yeah. This was folks who said, I will donate a piece of land. This was about people who said, oh, okay, if you're going to donate the land, we'll donate this, we'll do that. And that has continued over the time from the 1920s and the 1900s, actually, right up till today. Right. You have all of these organizations and people contributing to having a park.
Well, and you know, take me through, because a lot of times we always think of, you know, Gordon Moore Park and Dr. Moore and his major contribution to that. But, you know, like you said, there's so many of these spaces that were in the same formula, you know, where it's donated space and people come together. When you were doing this, is the research and history on how the park was established a central theme in a lot of these?
Yes.
Really cool. I think that's really cool to talk about. What surprised you the most with a specific park? Is there anything that you were reading about that your guys were like, I'll be darned?
We were just talking about it a few moments ago because you had up a photo that gives us a view of Riverfront Park. Riverfront Park was a dump. Mm-hmm. It was a swamp. It was land nobody really knew what to do with. But it was land that was designated for public use in the original plat of 1818.
Oh, gotcha.
So it could not be used for something other than the public. That really resonated for me. We have a couple of parks that are from the original plat. Wow. And, you know, it's like, oh, somebody in 1818 figured out we need to have this square here and it needs to be for public. And that square has now become Dorman Park. That
Gotcha.
square has now become Lincoln Douglas Square.
Yeah.
And these are places that we sometimes know a lot about and sometimes we don't know anything about. But yeah, I was surprised by how much swampland became parkland.
Well, and really too, just to see what the mindset was in 1818. Why was it designated? All those things are just so interesting to really start to ponder and think about, and then realize that that's only a few years after our country was started.
That's right. That's
It's just incredible.
In 1818, when Rufus Easton laid out this city, he laid it out as a getaway for folks from St. Louis. So it was already this agrarian, lovely place to get away from the industry, et cetera, et cetera. But he still designated public spaces.
Wow.
And the adjoining lands were also designated, some as public spaces. So even before the idea of a public park, they knew there needed to be space for the public.
Well, and it goes in. I'm so excited to take a real look at this book. I mean, it's not just a simple book. I mean, this is 88 pages, and there's a lot of spreads in there as well. 4-page one, isn't there? On photogenic spread.
Yes.
How do you tie all that in together? What was that process like as you're researching or whoever's doing that and laying out the literature or the writings in the book? What's that process look like to kind of combat that with photos or graphic design?
It's a lot. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of one person does one thing and then we critique it as a group and then we just kind of figure out how to make it work with all of our ideas and the direction we want to go in. So
the young women who worked on this book and did the photography, most of the photography in the book, they created these pages without any idea of what I was going to come up with for history. And they created pages that tell a story about that park. Yeah. With no words, which I think is wonderful.
That's really cool.
I'm the wordy one who has to have all the pictures drawn out with words. And they came up with these spreads. And actually, I think it was Reese that said, Gordon Moore should have 4 pages.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just such a large park.
Okay.
Well, and how many parts of Gordon Moore are unexplored? I think so many times people go into Gordon Moore and think that that's just it, and they miss the lion or the animal statues that are in the very back, and the bridge and all.
Yes.
I've lived on a gator out there for 15 years. That's the only reason I know about it, because I would watch. It ends at the Munsterman building, or it ends at the pond there, and then that's kind of the end of the experience. But that's cool that you guys are really diving into it.
Well, one of the parts that I think was really difficult for us, we got started in September. And at that point, we were, okay, what are we going to do a book about?
Yeah.
We didn't have a format. We knew we were going to do parks. So it was going out to take pictures, and it's fall.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some pictures taken when there was snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Because, we got started so late. In the year.
Well, and good luck finding photos that aren't copywritten or whatever thing else on these parks that are what you need, because we don't do a good job of taking pictures around. I will say that from a reporter standpoint. We got to do better about finding some non-copywritten photos of these places.
Yeah. With the exception of 17 photos, every other photo in this book was taken by the team.
Wow. How many photos total? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. There are 16 historic photos from the Telegraph that have copyright protection. There's one photo, there's an aerial photo that was perfect. And from what I understand, we traded a logo design for use of his photo, and we are all very grateful for. But they went out to the parks and they took pictures.
Wow. It's cool.
In the middle of the fall and winter, trying to get pictures that, look good.
Well, and there's a lot that goes into that too. And especially too, you're going and trying, showcasing parks and wanting to make sure you do the best job of that too. And it's not a show, but there's parks that are getting maintenance done, currently, or, the sinkhole that's getting filled up and all that stuff. So I'm sure you got to get creative in how, hey, this park's still beautiful. It's just getting work on or whatever it's doing, but we still got to showcase what we need to showcase out of it. That's what I think the challenge would have kind of been, a fun one, you know?
There were times. There were times. Go back out and take some more pictures of
No kidding.
Yeah, there were a lot of times where we would go back out just to a lot of times during different parts of the day because the sun was always a big issue with the sunset, especially with school.
Yeah,
Because
and
we'd have
it's
to-
fall and the sun setting earlier and earlier.
Yeah, so my mom would pick me up and we'd dash out, try to get a couple photos of one park, and then the next day do it again. Just
What I think's so cool about this is that you're not doing this during class time. You're, and I hope the public knows that too. Not to patronize you, but or any of the rest of the students. But I mean, it's no different than we always praise the after-school athletes for going to practice and doing what they need to do. But I mean, you still have school, you still have all these things. I don't know what grade levels you guys are in, but if you're upperclassmen, you got other things to definitely worry about. But you're still dedicating time to this, and it becomes really a part of your life.
it really has.
I mean, that it's not a project. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it was not. And the 6 young women who created this book, with the exception of Maddie, I think, everyone else was in from the beginning. But we had people come and go. It's a club. It's an after-school club, meets once a week. Sometimes they were there for a half hour. Sometimes they were for an hour. Everybody's coming and going, which made it very frustrating and difficult for me.
Yeah.
But yet their commitment to make this work.
You have to have a good core foundation there.
And Reese is one of our 2 seniors.
Okay,
So
really cool.
she and Audrey, they had a whole lot of extra to do because they were more familiar with some of the software we were using, etc. So they had to step in and give us a lot of time.
I love this so much, and I really wish that there was a way that, you guys do such a great job with distribution, but really a way that we could find someone to with a grant or a donation and say, we're going to buy the book for the entire kindergarten class or first grade class or for the district, because it really is such an important thing for Alton and for the Riverbend, really.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of go guides, and we claim that we have a lot of go guides, but they aren't updated, and it's hard to find a lot of that information. So to have those, it's a great piece.
Well,
and it's so amazing.
Alton ABC, we gave to
West?
all of the kindergarten.
That's okay.
all
That's
the kindergartners in the district.
That's really
received
cool.
it.
That's really
now, but that's in 2019. And then
I know that signature.
You know that signature.
That
right
changed.
there?
It changed a couple of notches.
And then Color Me Alton, I want to say we gave to the 4th or 5th
Did you? Okay, I
graders.
just want to give it to everybody. I really do.
Yeah, the parks, we haven't done that. Some of it is just because of the timing and the craziness that has gone into getting this one done. But the other one is, to be perfectly honest, we didn't have permission yet from Hearst.
Gotcha.
And I received an email just this morning as
That's
I was
tough.
coming in that gives me pause. But we have books.
Wow. Well, let's just hope everything goes well, and it
will.
It will.
It will.
And I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, we buy a couple of thousand of these books and leave them at the Park and Rec department to give to the area kids too that come in and say hi to the park. I just think we could do more with this. I want to raise as much money and keep doing more books. And I don't know where it's just the fact that we can support this.
I appreciate that, CJ. This may be the last collaborative book we do. Don't know that for sure. Lexa Browning is actually retiring, and so we have partnered.
It's a big loss.
Yes, it is.
I mean, she has been a staple over there for so long.
Yes,
30
and
years,
so
I
I
believe.
don't.
It's incredible.
Don't know the person who's coming into her position, but I do know that there aren't any more of the graphic design classes, so I don't know. I'd love to do more books with the high schoolers, but I don't know.
I really hope that there's an opportunity there. I
do.
Hey, there's always opportunity. We just got to make sure they're listening to the show right now.
There is always opportunity. And one of the things that I think I shared with you before when we talked about these that I am most proud of is that these students walk away from high school with a copyright in their name.
Yes.
And the process of creating
That's it.
a book.
Well, and see, that's something that you aren't going to learn in college. And it's no different than, I always try to do things to help the next generation with, I don't believe in a traditional internship of just come in and say hi to me and here's some grunt work. It's actually developing a project and really learning how you can better yourself with it. And it's not saying you're all going to be authors, for the next 30 years. But when you go into an interview or you go into anything and you can just fall back and say, yeah, this was really cool. You have a copyright here. You can go break it down on how you were a part of this team that really did this and didn't do it, handcuffed and not in a bad way, but here's exactly what you're going to do today. Here's the rubric. Here's the class structure. I'll see you at 11:30 tomorrow. This is awesome. This is young adults doing really cool things and collaborating with their community, which everyone wants anymore.
Yes,
this is so cool.
Yes.
What was the most exciting part about this book for you?
Oh, that is such a tough question. I really think the most exciting part was going to see parks that I've just never seen before.
Did you discover a lot?
Yeah, I discovered a lot of them. One of the most surprising ones was Dorman or Barth, because I've driven down these roads most of my life, pretty much my entire life, and I've never known that there was just a park a block or two away. And there are just so many hidden beauties in Alton that I really discovered during this project, which was nice.
I think that's to me, that's the most important part. And I know that I'm sure a lot of the other students that you're working with feel probably pretty much similar. What else can you ask for? I mean, you're providing a resource not only to, the school district, students, but also to really parents and everybody. I'm telling you, the Get Outside book is going to be the one that people are like, this was it. Color Me Alton was awesome. The Alton ABC book was really cool, but I really like this idea of our parks are our best resource in Alton. I truly believe so.
Having looked into their history, I can't imagine why we don't use them more.
Right.
Why we don't promote them more.
Well, in the history of all these parks and how they were used, I couldn't imagine just learning some more about really even the development of Rock Spring and all that goes into that. No one will tell you this. I don't know if it's in the book. 2008, a man claimed there was a mountain lion in Rock Spring Park. I
understand that. I did not research that.
I only remember the Telegraph article and that grainy mobile phone photo that everyone was like, that's just a bobcat.
Yeah, that was the portion of the newspapers I couldn't get to.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of this really is about the founding of the parks.
I love it.
And then a little bit about what was done later on in them, because I just couldn't get to that information.
I just think it's really cool, though. The founding of the parks, I think, is the most important because, it takes a lot of community to get these done.
Yes, it does. It took a handful of men, wealthy men, who saw a need and made it happen. Wasn't easy. It was expensive for some. But they made it happen, and they made it happen with other folks. They drew other people in to work with them.
I think you're telling the best story of what Alton is in a definition, because so many times people ask, and doing the media and stuff, you travel and you talk to people and you learn about why it's special, and you gotta. There's so many things I've had to do with promos and things, but with Alton, it's not like we're all millionaires. We've never all been millionaires. A lot of us been blue-collar people that kind of go to the factories if they were still around, and all where we're going. But they did it out of the love of community. Hey, we need this. I want our kids to have this. And now businesses would step up if they, and help. But these aren't multi-million-dollar a year businesses. And just because we have a business doesn't mean we're a millionaire.
I was going to say, doesn't mean we have anything extra.
Right. It just means that we're providing a service for the community.
Extra.
Yeah.
But we have folks who have continually stepped up. Rotary has been a part of the park's development
forever. Yeah.
And people don't know that. People don't know, what do? Oh, they put the tree up for the tree lighting. That's just one of the things they do.
And then just put that beautiful small park up there. That Rotary Park is even
It's
gorgeous.
A beautiful park, and it went up for their centennial.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a beautiful park, and it is in the book.
You're going to make everybody happy.
It is in the book.
What are you most proud of with, we'll ask you just specifically for you, what are you most proud of with yourself in this book?
I think I would say I don't know. I developed so many skills just overall. I would say maybe like teamwork and communicating, because that was a big part of it. Communicating your ideas so that other people understand it, and then understanding their ideas as well, and then listening and then taking that feedback into consideration and using it effectively. And I don't know, it was just overall such an amazing experience, and I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of it. And I've learned so much just by being here.
How many were you a part of the Color Me Alton book as well?
I was not.
Oh wow! So this was your first Shabuzi,
Yes.
huh?
These 6 young women have only been involved in parks.
Fantastic. You guys don't act like it though, with how everything was done. And I mean, you guys were kind of operating on a quicker time, or a pretty, not a quick timeline, but you were getting things.
It was just a weird time.
Yeah, but you show your professionalism through that, and honestly, it's really cool just to see, how you guys combat everything, and it ain't easy. I mean, it's not. It's a lot easier to do this than it is to print something. Okay, let me tell you, I can show up and get there within 3 minutes if I need to, and just like a bike, I'll figure this one out by the end of it. With this, I mean, everything matters, and even though, in a project for school, well, yeah, that shading's a little bit off on that tree, or I don't, that picture. For this, it can't be that way because you're presenting a polished, professional book, and that's where I think you guys did such a cool thing. Let's talk about this. I haven't taken a commercial break yet. Okay, let's do that. I got to pay for some bills. I'll get in trouble. Let's do this. We'll take a quick break. Your Thursday morning will continue in the 9 o'clock hour because yesterday I literally stepped on glass and I spent hours plucking it out of my foot. And we're here now. I wasn't going to miss this interview, though. I really wasn't. I made it a point. I'm like, we are going down to promote this book. It's a big deal. And that book signing, the launch, will be held with that signing May the 23rd in 3 days, 11 to 1, on the corner of State and West 4th. More details on that soon.
Hail damage isn't always visible, but it can cost you thousands if ignored. Archer Roofing and Restoration are storm damage and roof replacement experts, offering free inspections to catch problems early. We'll help with your insurance claim and provide financing options that make protecting your home affordable. Proudly veteran-owned and community-focused. Always on your side. Call 618-575-0016 or visit archerroof.com today.
If you thought quality home building was a thing of the past, think again. Welcome to Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes, an award-winning builder known for craftsmanship, attention to detail, and homes designed around the way you live. From thoughtful design to expert construction, every home we build reflects decades of experience and a commitment to doing things the right way. Ralph G. Pasley Custom Homes. Award-winning homes built with pride. Visit Pasley.com to learn more and start building your dream home today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Works, and I am a trailblazer.
This July, the fastest boats in the world take over the Mississippi. Catch the thrill of F1 powerboat racing, July 17th to 19th, Riverfront Park in Alton, Illinois. Speed, rivals, champions. This is more than a race. It's the Midwest National. Kicking off the Meet and Greet Street Party July 17th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Max in downtown Alton. Cold beer and live music. Alton Midwest Nationals F1 powerboat racing, July 17th to 19th. Don't miss the action.
Oh man, hey, welcome back, Daily Show. We are taping this on a Wednesday. It was supposed to run yesterday. My apologies for that, guys. It was just old. My foot's feeling better, I hope, today. I'm talking future tense because I think it will. It's going to feel better. And you will all feel better when you go and stop by and go to the book signing and launch of Get Outside. This is going to be really cool. And Reese is going to be there. Are all the students going to be there?
Yes.
Really cool. So 6 total?
6 total. And then, of course, Mrs. Browning and I will both be there. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to sign books and talk about the book. And
this is the 3rd project, the 3rd book, following the Alton ABC's rhyming picture book. That was 2019, Color Me Alton, the multi-generational coloring book in 2022, and this one, 2026, Get Out. This is really going to be cool. A survey of Alton's parks, past and present, and let's see. Any final thoughts here before I go into the shaboozy of getting all the FAQs out of here? What park did you have the most fun at?
I think Gordon Moore.
Did you?
It's just, there's so much to do and there's so much to look around. And before this project, I had never even gone to like the Japanese garden at like area of Gordon Moore.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was so amazing to like walk around and explore. There's a really pretty layout with some of the photos from there. Yeah, and I've gone back to Gordon Moore like a couple times after finishing the project just because it's good to walk around and it's so peaceful out there.
You know, the big thing years ago was that all-inclusive playground. That was the first of its kind. It was like 2017 or 2018. And it's just, you're right though, there's so many cool portions of it. I'm partial to that because my grandpa signs out there. But
and that's okay.
And, you know, that's cool. Reneé, what was your, I know that, you know, like any project, there's always fun things to do. There's always more serious things to do. What was your enjoyment in this project? Was it the same kind of thing that got you excited the last couple of times, or was there something different about this book that you kind of really leaned into?
This book was the hardest one for me.
Was it?
This one was really hard for me. But like the other two, it is all about watching these young people grapple with and make sense of. And for me, that's intoxicating.
It is. How do you create something that doesn't exist?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's literally what you're doing.
And yeah, I know some things, and I'm guiding a little here, and Mrs. Browning is guiding a little with the software and whatnot. But actually watching them figure it out, make sense of it, the communication piece, because this is a big group project.
Yeah.
And group projects are horrible in school.
They are. You
They're
got
horrible.
one person that does all the work or two, and then
everybody gets the grade.
Yeah.
Guess what? You can't do that on a book.
You can't. No.
Everybody has to do their part.
Well, and it teaches something that I think is getting lost anymore, and that's just accountability and not bullying somebody and say, why isn't this done? But just to say, hey, we were told we have to get this done. Why, and I'm not saying it's to make us all feel bad, but just to teach us it's okay that if we mess up or slow down sometimes, we just got to all be a part of a team, be with the tide. But
and
also,
if you can't do it, say it.
Yes, and talk about it.
Because somebody else is going to do it.
Right. It's just, I feel like we're missing that so much right now because we're all scared of being wrong, or we're all scared of not holding up our end of the deal. And it's okay, but we just got to talk about it and deal with it. You guys came to the occasion. This is a collaborative project of Alton High School's Graphic Design Club and Reneé B. Johnson, the Hayner Public Library, Genealogy, our district genealogy and local history library. The 3rd project, now this is going to be a really fun one. This weekend, May the 23rd, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the Jennie D. Hayner Park. Is that what the mural?
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful park.
It is.
Weather's going to be okay. They throw those storms out and in like it is just nobody's business.
If it rains, we'll simply be in the Genealogy and Local History Library.
Which is beautiful.
Beautiful space
Which is beautiful.
And we'll sign books and we'll talk about books.
Yes, I like it. Well, and also, all 3 books will be on hand that day?
Yes, they will.
Really cool. For purchase? Mm-hmm. Oh, I like it. And how much does the book cost?
That's a good question. We don't know yet.
Okay.
But Alton ABC is $20 and Color Me Alton is $10.
That's really cool. Reese, what do you hope the public takes away from your book?
I hope they realize that Alton really is such a great place to live. I feel like mainly it's my generation, but a lot of people give Alton a lot of hate. But if you look around, there are things to do. You just have to look, and that's okay. But I hate when people say, God, there's anything to do in Alton. I just hate being here, because there are things.
That's why I started the show, not to cut you off. That's seriously why I started doing the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I got tired of hearing everyone say, well, what's that building all about? What does this business do? There's nothing to do on the weekends. And I'm like, okay, we got to do something about this. It's really cool, though, that you're saying that, because the sentiment is that, let's go away, let's go let's go out of state, whether it's for college to start life, but there's so many good opportunities here that are waiting for you. Does it make you want to stay?
I am going to college in Chicago.
You're still in the state. Yeah. You're still in the state.
And I do really love Illinois, and I didn't want to go too far away, and so it's just a train ride up, and it's not that bad. But Chicago has just such amazing architecture, and that's what I plan to study. So,
well, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. A little bit more advanced architecture than probably around here.
Tiny bit.
With that being said, I really do hope this isn't the last one. I really hope not. And because there's so many people that really benefit out of this, and what you guys learn throughout the project's important, but really what you're doing for the community is 10 times more important. And not to sound corny about it, but just to really have more opportunities to market Alton, and not market Alton with the Walmart shirt that says Alton, Illinois, or Altonopoly. I mean, no. This is how you do it. This is how you showcase it. And thank you guys for stopping by.
Thank you, CJ.
We'll take a quick break. Your Thursday morning will continue right after this on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.